Good evening, you guys. It is a nighttime vlog for a change, and that's because I just got home from work and I am thinking about doing a little bit of a DIY. I did mention this in a previous Kmart haul that I had picked up a couple of items and I really wanted to see if I could make a DIY rug using some bath mats. So bear with me because I really do think it will look a lot better than it potentially sounds. So don't be put off by the little experiment, but it was a very cost-effective exercise. And what kind of led me to want to do this DIY is that basically the floor rugs that I wanted and the particular style I wanted were all either the wrong size and too big for my space, or quite frankly just really expensive. So I found a little bath mat from Kmart and it was actually on clearance, so I bought 3 of them, and that together will make a length, I believe, let me find the mat and see. So one bath mat is 50 centimeters by 80 centimeters. So by the time I combine 3 together, it will be 150 centimeters long by 80 centimeters wide. So that's kind of what I'm going for. And first things first, we actually do need to head out to Bunnings because I need to pick up a bunch of the little bits and pieces that are going to be used to actually make this happen. So let's get going and I'll meet you guys back here. Alrighty, so did I just wear a matching tracksuit set to Bunnings? Absolutely, because it's nighttime. I'm never going to run into anyone I know there. So really happy with what I ended up finding. So basically step 1 of this, like I said, was the mats that I got from Kmart. So this is it. It's the Tufted Bath Mat, and it really does have a little bit of a Moroccan kind of feel to it. So I might have to pop a photo up here so that you can like see the overall vibe. But basically, I'm not sure if these will still be in stock anymore. It's the natural tufted bath mat, but as you can see, it's this lovely beigey kind of creamy white color, and it also has these little kind of triangles running through it. So that's what I thought would make it perfect for a floor mat, because it actually really does look like a floor mat. And of course, being a bath mat, it already has a reasonably rigid backing on it as well. So I've got 3 of those sitting over in a box nearby. And the other things that I needed to get is essentially something to stick it together, and also something to make it not slip around and slide around on my floor, because not only is that really annoying, but it's also quite dangerous. So first thing I grabbed was some glue, and there was a bunch of different glues there. I always say if you need to ask, just ask for help, because those guys know the products inside out. But the one that I ended up settling for is Gorilla Contact Adhesive, which is this clear grip glue, and this pretty much said it would stick anything to anything, and that's what we're trying to do here tonight. We're sticking absolutely anything to anything because I have no idea if it's going to work. So it said it's waterproof, permanent bond, holds in seconds, and it is for metal, glass, fabric, wood, ceramic, leather, paper, rubber, plastic, and more. So basically everything, unless you're sticking up a building or something. So the last thing that I ended up getting, and I really do hope that this is only a 3-part kind of little production that's going on here, because my whole point was to keep the costs down, is actually this grip matting. So this is really quite strong non-slip grip matting, and I ended up getting a ton of this. It's like a giant piece here that I got cut off the roll from one of the friendly staff. So in terms of the total project cost, we've got 3 of the bath mats, which was $27 in total. I've got the 2 meters of grip mat, which was around about $8. You could definitely just go with 1 meter though if you're someone who's just a set and forget, stick it down kind of person, but I thought I would just get some extra in case. And the glue I think was around about $12. So pretty much for under $50 I will be getting myself a beautiful new floor mat in exactly the design and color that I wanted. So fingers crossed it turns out well, and now let's just get to the crafting portion and I can see how it all goes together.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in.
So I've laid out all the 3 mats here on the floor, just upside down, and what I'm actually thinking might make the most sense is to actually glue them together a little bit first and then glue the backing mat on the back of the lot of them as well. So let's give that a go and I'll see how this glue works, since it said that it could glue everything. The bit that I'm going to try and stick down between the mats is this little edge section, so I think that I'll be able to overlap those between the different bath mats and actually use that as the portion to glue.
I'll follow only golden, golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings.
Okay, now that the backing mat is stuck down and all of these little bits and pieces are in place, I'm going to leave this here for maybe around about 2 hours. It doesn't say any specific amount of time that you have to leave it before it will set, but I always just think if you've glued something and the joints are a little bit delicate, then it's best to just leave it. Hello, Oscar. Please don't walk. He knows. Good kitty. He knows to walk around the mat. He got in trouble for walking over it before. But basically, I will check in with you guys when I've flipped this over and then I can go and pop it into my living room. So this is the finished product and I have to say not bad for 3 bath mats put together to make a little bit of a floor rug. So essentially the patterns are lined up quite neatly. Obviously you can see the join lines, but I don't think that there would be a way around that obviously when you're like joining 3 things together, but I actually don't think that they ruin the overall effect as well, because it kind of just looks like another band of the sort of zigzags breaking it apart. And I was going to chop off the tassels on the side, but I actually quite like them, so I think I'll leave it on. And that is it. The backing definitely took a little bit longer to dry than I thought, and I would probably suggest reinforcing it. So I have actually grabbed out my little crafting thing. I've got my hot glue gun and some glue sticks and things, so I'm thinking that that would be the best way to just double check that all of the little end points are like actually stuck down. But I absolutely love it, and I'm going to move that into my living room. Okay, that has made such a huge difference. I am so much more into this beautiful DIY rug. I think it really suits the space. I have layered up my ottoman and the little fluffy rug again at the end, but really it honestly just looks so much better, and knowing that it's more of an off-white kind of cream means that it's just going to conceal any like future stains or dirt and things a little bit better, so that in between vacuuming and cleaning it will still look really nice. So I'm really happy with my little Kmart DIY rug.